Work hard in silence. Shock them with your success. You see, success doesn't come from talking about what you're going to do. It comes from the quiet moments when no one is watching, when you're putting in the work that others might never see. When the world's asleep, you're up working on your dreams. It's easy to talk big, to say what you'll achieve, but those words don't mean anything unless you're backing them up with action. I'm talking about the grind, the moments when it's hard, when no one's around to cheer you on, when it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but you keep pushing forward anyway. That's the real work. That's the work that no one else will see until they do. You don't need to announce your moves. Let your success do the talking. Your results will speak louder than anything you could ever say. The ones who doubted you, the ones who didn't believe, they'll be the first ones asking, how did you do it? But here's the thing. You have to put in the hours, put in the sweat, and make sacrifices when others are distracted. You can't afford to stop. You can't afford to give up just because it's hard. People will try to slow you down, distract you, but you need to stay focused. You need to grind in silence. And when your success finally hits, when the world sees what you've achieved, don't apologize for it. Shock them. Let them be amazed at what you were able to accomplish when they weren't paying attention. So remember this, work hard, put in the effort when no one's watching, and let your success speak for you. 6 keynotes for the work hard silence success. 1, the power of silence. 2, the grind. 3, let success speak. 4, persistence is key. 5, focus over distraction. 6, shock with results. You see, success doesn't come from talking about what you're going to do. It comes from the quiet moments when no one is watching, when you're putting in the work that others might never see. When the world's asleep, you're up working on your dreams. It's easy to talk big, to say what you'll achieve, but those words don't mean anything unless you're backing them up with action. The power of silence. We live in a world where everyone wants to announce their next move. It's all about social media posts, telling people how hard you're working, showing the world that you're grinding. But here's the truth. The real power lies in silence. The quiet moments are where the magic happens. The work you put in when no one's around to see it, when there are no cameras, no applause, those moments define your future. It's easy to get caught up in wanting to show the world what you're doing. But remember this, true greatness doesn't seek validation. It works quietly in the background, building momentum, refining skills, mastering the craft, and getting stronger every single day. The grind is more than just a buzzword. It's not a temporary phase or a quick burst of energy. The grind is a way of life. It's the decision you make every single day to put in the work, even when no one is looking. It's easy to dream big, but dreams without the grind are nothing more than wishful thinking. People talk about success, but they don't understand the sweat, the sacrifices, the moments of frustration that go into it. They think success just magically appears, but they're wrong. Success is earned, and is earned through hard work. When you're on the grind, there's no room for excuses. There's no time to complain about the difficulties or the obstacles that come your way. Instead, you embrace those challenges as opportunities to grow. Every struggle you face, every setback you experience is just another lesson on the way to your destination. The grind doesn't wait for you to feel comfortable. It doesn't care if you're tired or if you're frustrated. It's about pushing through when everything inside of you is telling you to stop. The grind starts when you wake up, when the rest of the world is still asleep. It's the moment you make the decision to push yourself further than you did yesterday. It's about being consistent, not just when things are going well, but especially when things are hard. Success is built on those early mornings, those late nights, those moments when you keep going, when it feels like there's no progress. You push, you hustle, and you keep your head down. You stay focused, and you stay determined. The grind is often done in isolation. The work you do when no one is watching is the most important work of all. It's easy to get caught up in the applause, in the recognition, and in the praise. But those things come after the grind. They come after you've put in the hours, after you've sacrificed your comfort for progress. And that's the part that separates the winners from everyone else. Winners are willing to put in the time to keep moving, even when it feels like the whole world is against them. You can't cheat the grind. It doesn't care if you're having a bad day or if you're feeling off. It doesn't care about your excuses. The grind keeps moving forward, and you have to keep up. That's the only way to reach your goals. There will be days when you want to give up, when it feels like the grind is taking more than you can handle, but those are the days that matter the most. Those are the days that define your success. The grind is the foundation of everything you want to achieve. And if you want it bad enough, you have to be willing to put in the work, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it gets. Remember, the grind is not about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, even when you're not seeing immediate results. Those results will come, but only if you stay consistent. There are no shortcuts in the grind. You can't skip steps. You can't take the easy way out. The only way to get to where you want to be is through hard work, determination, and an unwavering commitment to your vision. The grind doesn't care about your past mistakes or the things you failed at. It only cares about what you do today, in this moment. Each new day is a chance to work harder, to improve, and to push yourself to new heights. So when you feel like quitting, when you're tired and want to take a break, remember that the grind is waiting for you to show up. Success isn't a one-time event. It's the result of relentless effort over time. And the grind, it's what makes that success possible. Let success speak. In a world where everyone seems to have an opinion, a platform, and a need to be heard, it's easy to get caught up in the noise. People talk about their plans, their goals, their dreams, but often the reality is far from what they claim. Too many people spend time talking about what they will do, what they plan to achieve, without actually putting in the work to make it happen. Their words are loud, but their actions are quiet. And in the end, it's not the talk that matters, it's the work you do in silence. Let your success do the talking for you. Success doesn't need a megaphone. It doesn't need to be broadcasted on every platform or announced at every turn. It speaks for itself. When you put in the work, when you grind day in and day out, the results will speak louder than any words ever could. Success doesn't need to be explained. It doesn't need to be justified. It doesn't need anyone to validate it. It stands on its own and it commands respect. Let your success be the answer to all the doubts people may have about you. Let it silence the critics who have doubted your ability, your worth, and your potential. You don't need to argue with people who don't believe in you. You don't need to waste time convincing them that you're capable. Just work in silence. And when the results come, they'll have no choice but to recognize what you've achieved. The world loves to judge, to criticize, and to speculate, but it's only when you achieve success that those judgments lose their power. Success has a way of putting all of that nonsense into perspective. When you let your success speak, you show the world that all the noise, whether it's the doubters, the distractions, or the negativity, was never a threat to you. You were too busy working on yourself, working on your goals, and working toward the life you envision. We live in a time when instant gratification is often sought after. People want fast results, quick praise, and easy recognition. But real success takes time. It requires patience. It requires focus. It requires that you do the work even when no one is watching. The moment you stop worrying about what others think is the moment you give yourself the freedom to succeed. When you're committed to the grind, when you have a vision and you stick to it no matter how long it takes, that's when success starts to speak for itself. So stop worrying about the opinions of others. Stop seeking validation. Let the progress you make and the results you achieve be the only affirmation you need. Your work will speak for itself, and success is the most powerful language you can speak. When you let success speak, it becomes a reflection of all the hours, the effort, and the sacrifices you've made along the way. It is the culmination of your focus, your persistence, and your refusal to give up when the going got tough. Success has a way of making all the struggles worth it. The moments of doubt, the setbacks, the sacrifices, all of it fades in comparison to the feeling of accomplishment that comes when your hard work has paid off. Let your success shine. Let it inspire others to do the same. You don't need to explain your journey to anyone. The fruits of your labor will speak volumes on their own. When you let success speak, it's not just about proving others wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness. Let your work, your dedication, and your commitment to excellence be the message you send to the world. Let your success be a reminder that the path to achievement is never easy, but it's always worth it. Keep moving forward, keep working, and when the time comes, let your success do the talking. Persistence is key. In life, things rarely happen on the first try. You don't always get it right the first time or even the second. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is persistence. It's the ability to keep going when it feels like everything is falling apart. It's the determination to push through failure and come out stronger. When you face a setback, do you quit or do you stand back up and try again? Success is never handed to anyone on a silver platter. It's earned by those who are willing to keep pushing no matter how many times they fall. Persistence is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Dreamers talk about their goals, their plans, their big ideas, but do they actually act on them? Do they push through the obstacles that arise along the way? Or do they give up at the first sign of difficulty? A dream without persistence is just a thought. It's easy to start something. Anyone can make a resolution, set a goal, or talk about the future. But how many of those dreams do people actually bring to life? How many people stick with it when the journey gets hard, when the road is long, and when the results aren't immediate? That's where persistence comes in. Persistence doesn't mean you won't fail. It doesn't mean things will always go according to plan. It means that when you fail, you get back up. When things don't go your way, you don't give up, you adjust. It's the strength to keep going even when the path is unclear. It's the confidence to try again when you feel discouraged. In a world where people often seek instant success, the truth is that greatness is a result of persistent effort. Success doesn't come quickly and it doesn't come without struggle. But if you're willing to stick with it, to keep showing up and doing the work, success will eventually be yours. There will be moments when you feel like it's all too much. There will be times when you question whether it's worth it, whether you're even cut out for this. That's the part most people don't see: self-doubt, the struggle, the moments of weakness. But it's in those moments that persistence matters the most. It's in those moments that your true character is revealed. Will you crumble or will you rise? Persistence is about keeping your eyes on the prize and refusing to let anything, including your own fear and doubt, stand in your way. Think about the greatest successes in history. Every successful person, every legend, every game changer has faced challenges. They've been knocked down, told they weren't good enough, told to quit. But they didn't. They chose to persist. They chose to stay in the game no matter how many times they failed or how many doors were slammed in their faces. They didn't let rejection or fear stop them. They knew that success was a marathon, not a sprint. They knew that persistence over time would lead them to where they wanted to be. Persistence is also about progress, not perfection. You don't need to be perfect and you don't need to have everything figured out. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Whether it's one step, one small victory at a time, you keep going. The key is not to let frustration stop you. You may not have all the answers, but as long as you keep pushing forward, you will eventually find them. When the road gets tough, remember that persistence is what will get you through it. Every challenge you face is just another test, another opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. And even when things seem impossible, even when you feel like throwing in the towel, persistence tells you to try again, to keep pushing, to stay committed to your vision. It's the refusal to quit that separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up. The beauty of persistence is that it compounds. The more you persist, the stronger you become. Each challenge you overcome adds to your resilience. Each failure teaches you something new, and each victory reminds you that you are one step closer to your goals. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey that requires the strength to keep moving, even when things aren't perfect, even when the road is unclear. Persistence is a silent force. It works quietly in the background, even when no one is watching. It's the long hours, the unnoticed effort, the dedication that doesn't seek applause. Persistence is the quiet commitment to your goal, even when it seems like everyone else has moved on. It's what makes you different from those who quit along the way. It's what ensures that one day, when everyone else has given up, you'll be the one standing, having achieved the success